This is Sean Mitchell with Compass, and this is your June 2026 National Market Update for the housing market. And what everyone wants to know is, how is the market? Well, it's neither strongly favorable for buyers or sellers. I think we're seeing some modest gains in terms of average sale price, but we're also seeing things like buyer concessions, seller concessions in favor of the buyers. So it's not crazy, but things are still moving for both buyers and sellers. I want to touch on a couple of things in these charts here that are hot off the press from Compass Intelligence. And the first one is the mortgage interest rate. The interest rate had started to go down around the June, July timeframe last year, and they were making a nice trek downwards until about March, when they hit just below 6%. And then with the conflict in Iran, they started creeping back up. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, they've been hovering around 6.5%. So they're not going up anymore at the moment. And based on what I see from those that follow this a lot more closely than I do, the rate should hover between 6 and 6.5% for the remainder of the year. Will we see things drop below 6%? I sure hope so. I think it depends on a couple of macro factors that we can touch on in just a moment. Pending home sales are up year over year about 4.2%, which is great. If you look at the chart here and scroll down, you'll see that 2026 is noticeably better than previous years. So we're gradually each year getting a little bit better. I can certainly feel that in terms of activity, in terms of interest, in terms of transactions. And I see that as well with my team and my counterparts in the real estate industry. There are some factors, as I mentioned, that are sort of keeping the real estate market a little bit tamped. One of the important ones is the inflation rate. The inflation rate since the beginning of the year has started to go up. So both the CPI as well as the PCE, it had been making its way down and in the realm of where the Federal Reserve would like it, but it has since started to creep back up. Some of those things that are contributing towards that are affordability. Oil prices have gone up since the conflict in Iran. It looks like they're starting to come down on the news that there may be a resolution, but it's also been very difficult to ascertain whether there is a resolution and whether it's actually going to stick. So the chart shows that it's going down, and that's positive, but I personally am holding my breath a little bit until it's a little bit more long-standing. Let's take a look at Denver Metro's market specifically. The median close price is up 2.24% month over month and sitting at 615,000. Closed homes, 4,004 sales. That's down 4.32%. Months of inventory, it's up about 4% month over month. We'll probably start to see this continue just based on seasonality, I think. I don't think that necessarily means that we're in trouble real estate market wise. We do tend to see an uptick as we crest off of the summer season. Median days on market is flat month over month, sitting at 14 days. Active listings are up 6.24%, which means that more houses are for sale, more houses are sitting on the market. In terms of new listings, it's down 9.49% with 6,006 listings. Pending sales up 1.17%. And that's 4,134 homes. So it's neither terrible nor amazing. And I think that if you're in the market or you're trying to dip your toes in the water to determine whether it's a good time, shoot me a text or give me a phone call or send me an email. And I'm happy to just have a brief conversation to see if it makes sense. I think some of the things that I might be looking for are, if you're a buyer, how much money do you have saved? What's your debt to income ratio like? If you're a seller, it's how much equity do you have in your house? right now, and where do you want to go? Where do you want to live? Or do you want to stay local, or do you want to move to another state that might be a little bit more affordable? So shoot me a text, and I'm happy to have a brief conversation to see if it even makes sense. And I think that's all I've got for today. So thanks so much for watching this 5-minute video. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Talk to you soon.